Hey everybody, Coach Abel here, continuing with my short little webinars that will help you achieve success with weight loss and physique transformation. These are your essentials to transformation success. And today I'm going to give you 2 words that can change everything and stop you from the self-sabotage. Because let's face it, more often than not, the real reason you struggle isn't because you don't know what to do. The real reason is that you just don't do it, or you don't do it consistently enough to make gains. So it's always 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And you know that's true. So what we start with now is basic psychology, that every behavior has a reason or a cause behind it. And most of the things we choose to do serve some kind of purpose for us. So you have to always keep this in mind when trying to change. Because look, change is hard. Let me say that again. Change is hard. So it's really important that if you are a self-saboteur, you have to bring unconscious, unwanted behaviors into conscious awareness and get real about getting real. So no more and enough of this, poor me, I don't know why I do this to myself. Now, a lot of people will write me without the poor me in front of it, but that's really what they're doing is they create victim status in their own head instead of victor status in their own head. So I don't know why I do this to myself is basically a reason to keep doing it to yourself. And that is victim status as in poor me. So I don't know why I do this to myself is wrong. The reason we do anything is because it makes us feel better, even if it's just in the moment. So stay with me here for a minute, and I will instruct you how 2 words can change everything for you and set you and get you on the path to achieving your weight loss and transformation goals. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of examples from clients that I have that I'm using because they came in recently as I was preparing this for you. So one client is a man, he gets home after a hard day at work. He's supposed to go work out, but he sits down, and before you know it, he skips the workout because it's been a long day. So he makes the choice because in that moment, that is what makes him feel better. And always remember, even self-sabotaging behaviors have a payoff, and I'll get to that in a minute. Now, another client is a nighttime eater. She has a penchant for sweets and junk food. And again, after a hard day and dealing with work, dealing with kids, she tends to relax with food, and or it could be wine for someone else, whatever, and it makes her feel better. Now, this is the reality about self-sabotaging behaviors. They have a psychological payoff. This is known as a secondary gain, which I've talked about in many of my books. These behaviors, not doing what you know you should do or choosing something that doesn't help you toward your goal, they make you feel better. And there's certainly nothing hard to understand about those choices. They seem rational enough when you consider them from an unemotional distance. But self-sabotaging behaviors are indeed choices. So choose the behavior, choose the consequences. That's one of my classic ableisms. So the problem in these 2 examples above is when someone also has as a goal to lose weight and look better and be healthier. Well, now in those 2 examples, we have a problem because neither of those behaviors, sitting on the couch and skipping workouts consistently or just deciding to nibble and eat and nausea junk food, neither of those behaviors are going to move someone closer to their goal of transformation, weight loss, etc. These are the mind games that happen within someone's head. So here are 2 words that can change everything when you are stuck and when you seem to always be going 1 step forward, 2 steps back. These 2 words are about myself. And when structured and utilized correctly, as I'm going to show you, using these 2 words as a mindset tool can make all the difference and keep you on track in pursuing your weight loss and physique transformation goals. So let's put these 2 words on the screen in huge, impactful font, because this is how you need to see these 2 words in your own mind. About myself, in a big boom kind of thing in your mind. Now, there are 2 ways to make these 2 words work for you to help you reach your goal. General ways and specific ways. Now, here's 2 examples. In the general way, you need to start pre-programming your mind and your behaviors to help you reach your goal. So you wake up every single morning, sit on the edge of your bed, and think to yourself before you do anything else, today, it's these behaviors that will help me feel better about myself. See how I put about myself there? Then make a list in your head and repeat this same thing during your morning prep, like when you're in the shower or when you're brushing your teeth. Here's an example. Preparing all my meals for the week today will help me feel better about myself. All right. And that's how you're going to use these two words to keep you on track. It's all about pre-programming your mind. Now, in terms of specifics, when confronted with behaviors and habits that help you feel better in the moment, but only for the moment, you can now pre-screen these choices by asking your own mind and putting it to the test. Will this choice help me feel better about myself? Now, you see how we frame that. One, it's a choice, not a behavior, not a habit, not why do I do this to myself? Will this choice help me feel better about myself? Now, let's take our two examples that I used above. I got my first client, the guy who came home and was way too inconsistent with working out because he'd sit on the couch, start scrolling through his phone, whatever. I got him to ask himself, will staying on the couch, relaxing, help me feel better about myself? Within a few weeks, he now went directly to his workout after work, and it hasn't been a problem since. Now, I asked my other client, the mindless snacker, to pause each night while looking at her junk food and ask herself, will eating this tonight help me feel better about myself? And now with this in her mind, she was conscious that when she did slip up, she felt the opposite of better about herself. She felt worse about herself. We should put that up on the screen as well. And that made it easier for her to eventually eliminate this self-sabotaging behavior. It didn't happen overnight, but by constantly challenging your mind in terms of, a result is coming that you don't want, then you end up doing something about it. The other powerful component of framing these two words in your own minds is that it leads you to making choices for change. And this is very, very empowering, rather than a distant coach chirping at you while you shouldn't do that. You already know you shouldn't do that. So these two words, and using them proactively, not reactively, one, as a general mantra to start each day, starts pre-programming your mind, and two, as a useful reminder to each specific behavioral scenario that sabotages you, this can be the path to achieving your goal. Two simple words that reframe and reclaim in your mind how you want to go about achieving and what you need to do to go about achieving your goal. Since your goal, think about it, your goal really is all about feeling better about yourself anyway. That's your goal. So you can't wait for some distant result to feel better about yourself if you keep choosing behaviors that don't have that impact and that doesn't have that feedback for you. So it's not just about feeling better. Self-sabotaging behaviors can make you feel better in the moment, but will they make you feel better about yourself after that moment and in the future? So think about that. An action that makes you feel better in the now, but feel crappy or guilty later, this is what you need to challenge in your mind and before it happens. So use these two words to your own advantage and your own empowerment, because you will not change a behavior unless the feelings behind these behaviors change as well. So instead of the feel-good payoff in the moment, you challenge your mind, will this behavior, will this choice make me feel better about myself? Not just in the moment, but later. So hopefully you can see how I'm a mindset expert, and part of the way my people achieve such great results with physique transformation and weight loss is I teach them how to speak in their own minds in ways where behavior will follow and they'll stay on the path to achieving their goal. So hopefully that helped you. Two simple words about myself. We'll put that on the screen one more time. How to use them in context, generally and specifically, can make all the difference for you staying on the path to achieving your goal. So hopefully you benefited from this short little webinar. If you did, please comment down below, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Love hearing from everybody. So by all means, please contribute, like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.